I think when it first came out in 2023, people go like, what is it? What is this thing called chat, right? And then 2024, it's like, oh, I'm using it. I'm like, how are you using it? Tell me, right? And they're like, well, I'm writing an email with it. In this world today that we are competitive, lawyers, CPAs, all kinds of professions, we recognize the need for growth and continuous learning.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmakers series where point one can make a difference. I'm really excited about this video because I am joined by Kathy D'Agostino at Win Business AI. And I know that this has been a popular topic for a lot of lawyers, and everybody's really curious about this. So, Kathy, can you tell us, you actually learned AI? Because there are a lot of lawyers that I talk to who are like, oh, that would have been a really good thing to learn, but now it's too late. Everybody knows it already.
Oh, Jen, that's a great question to start off with. So thank you for introducing me. As you mentioned, my company's Winner Business AI. And I used to actually go under a different company name, was winnerbusinesscoaching.ai. But I made a big change myself in the last year or so and really focused on AI. And there's so many reasons for that. But I just saw the value in it in my own business. And I saw how it was helping clients. So it's been a huge game changer for me and for my clients. And as you work with law firms have been very curious, as you mentioned as well, that how can I use AI? There's so many issues around it. There's so many people thinking I need to preserve my privacy. Some people are saying, oh, AI is not going to affect my job. And then other people have FOMO, the fear of missing out, like, oh, maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe it's too late. And then there's other situations where people are saying like, oh, I won't need this. And other people are like, if I don't get competitive and if I don't take this on, my company, my law firm, my business, my nonprofit is not going to exist anymore. And, that's a reality, actually. There is I hate to be hard and lied about that, but there is a sense of reality around that.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of lawyers are hearing questions from their clients about AI and they're reading in the news about AI. I heard you say something. You're working with law firms on AI. Sometimes lawyers think, well, this isn't really for us because we have to worry about privacy and client confidentiality. And if we use AI, all of our client confidential information is going to be out there and other people can see it. But that's not necessarily true, right?
I think that's an excuse.
It's for the law firms that don't want to invest in it and don't want to pay attention to it to say no to the people who are coming forward with it. But that may be an excuse for the lawyers themselves to say, oh, this isn't for us. It seems like this is not just a passing fad.
As much as people would like to believe that, and I think people try to put stories out there, putting the fear of God in people or saying, oh, this is just like, whatever. Sorry. No, matter of fact, just to give you a quick point of reference, when people say it's new, I mean, it's not really new. We've been using it since the 50s and the 60s. So I think we just didn't see it. So I'll give you just a brief, 30-second overview of it, if it makes sense to you. Because I think what we can do is level the playing field here and let you know that you are using AI, whether you choose to know you are or not. So so we've been using a back office, SaaS offices, all kinds of, big back behind the scene techie stuff have been being used, right? So what happened in November 2022, just quick story short, OpenAI made this information, they put the information out there for the public consumption. So before it was a nonprofit status, and then they shipped the status. And one of their goals was, okay, then if we're going to shift our status of who we are, we'll put the data out there and everybody can benefit from it. And that's what created the shift. So it's new in terms of people being able to recognize it as using it in their everyday job and life. But if you use Uber, you're using it. When you watch that little car on your phone, GPS, who's been using GPS forever? Me? Cars are more full of technology today. My car, I buy cars based on technology and style, of course. But, so all of this, your bank account, all of those things, like when you use Siri or Alexa, they're just going on algorithms. That's all AI. So I think we didn't know what we didn't know, but now it's here, right? It's here in terms of we can see it. And so quick story short, now the focus is I think when it first came out in 2023, people go like, what is it? What is this thing called chat, right? And then 2024, it's like, oh, I'm curious about it. And then I say it was the land of the dabblers. Oh, I'm using it. I'm like, how are you using it? Tell me, right? And they're like, well, I'm writing an email with it, or I put, so. And I'm like, but that's not going to move the needle in our and all of us that are in this world today that we are competitive, lawyers, of course, being in that field, CPAs, all kinds of um, professions, we recognize the need for growth and continuous learning. I think sometimes lawyers and other people with a lot of degrees, and I don't have a law degree. My daughter has, and I think I could get one from her from just hearing her talk often, but obviously not. Just because we have advanced degrees doesn't make us smarter or less smarter, or it doesn't really help us with a skill that might be very different than we learned in law school. I mean, who in law school learned how to do business development?
That's very true. We talk about that a lot. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.